One of the key things you were talking about early on was a shift in demand, a shift in the needs of the market.
Mm-hmm.
What are the key issues there that have driven to the development of iFlex?
I think the key issue has been the shift in the mix requirements of our customers. In the old days you saw customers driving batches of tens of thousands. There was not a lot of demand from the end users to have many different models or have customizations on their products. Today the customer, the end user is much more demanding, wanting to have an own voice, wanting customization, which means you have to have a lot more flexibility in the complete value chain. Also when you look at all the supplies and the risks, things like economical downturns, that kind of stuff, have driven stocks out of the chain. So we've transitioned, or the industry has transitioned from make to stock versus make to order. All these things drive the need for more flexibility from our customers. They need to deliver the right amount on the right time.
Yeah. And Mark, I see that as a really strong demand, particularly here in Europe, North America. But then when I look at companies like maybe Flextronics, Foxconn, Jabil, some of the big companies that are basically pumping product out day after day, do they need that flexibility? Is it in some facilities, not in other, or are they more of a traditional Assembléon AX kind of platform customer?
Well, you see a little bit of both. You still see with the Foxconns, they have the traditional products, like for instance the Apple products, that will have high demand and also will have stock build-up before they launch. And in there, they would be typical AX customers. You're right in saying that high mix needs are more seen in America and in Europe. What we do see in Southeast Asia, for instance, but also in some divisions within the Flextronics of this world, that they take on the more customized or the more high mix products as well. So also the iFlex will have a place in there.
Yeah, so like the special business solutions, those kind of parts within an organization. And we're stood in front of the iFlex machine. It's a very modular solution, which I like a lot. How do those modules communicate and work together to get the optimum result?
Okay. Each module can be used as a standalone machine, but the real strength is when you put them together, they work as one machine. They communicate with each other, they interact with each other. For instance, if you have bed marks being scanned by the first module, it's automatically transferred to the other modules. If you make a change either to a program or to a component, you can do that on one of the modules and it's automatically transferred to the other modules. Also features like buffering, for instance, we have something called internal buffering to boost the efficiency of the line. In order to do that, the machines need to communicate to each other, and that's all implemented in this machine.
And there's kind of a backbone of software that's harmonizing it to the production demands of the customer as well.
Yeah, there is kind of an EtherCAT system lying underneath, making sure that all the communication is synchronized between the modules.
Okay. Another area that seems to be a trend we're seeing more of is the kind of simplicity, not just of the solution, but the way the solution's operated. Ease of use seems to be something we hear more and more about. Do you think there's a general de-skilling in the market, a skill shortage, or is it just something that customers are asking you to take care of?
Well, I think it's a little bit of a combination of both. If you also look at your personal life, with the introduction of several tablet systems and smartphones, there is a strong need for simpler things. You want more functionality, but you want it to be very simple. So that's something you see in everyday life. If we then look at our customers, there is a difference in regional area, looking at the education of operators. In general, if you go to Asia, the education level of operators is not very high, or there is a fast turnover of operators. So a lot of the customers demand a system that takes very little training. They want to take somebody off the street and have him ready to operate the machine within minutes. Well, that's why you need to have things like intuitive operation and things like ease of use to accomplish that.
Yeah, I mean, intuitive is the key word. It's something we hear all the time with consumer products, and you proved it today because you had journalists operating your machine. If a journalist can operate it, I think anybody can.
Anybody should,
Mark, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for talking to me. Good luck in Munich next week, and we'll speak soon. Thank you.